Silicon Valley is pleased to invite the Telangana delegation headed by its Minister for Information Technology and Industries, Mr. K.T. Rama Rao. Since its formation in 2014, Mr. Rao is credited for spearheading Telangana's IT reforms and for introducing several new initiatives. He's here in the Bay Area to present the government's vision and its new IT policies. This is the second time that you're traveling to the U.S. and you're meeting heads of different corporations and heads of the U.S. government. How has the Silicon Valley received you? How has the Silicon Valley responded?
Well, I think it's been a phenomenal welcome. I mean, this is much more than what we have anticipated. As the youngest state in India today, we needed visibility. We needed the world to know that there is a new state in India, and more so in Silicon Valley and also in the rest of the United States as well, because as you know, most of the Fortune 500 companies are here. And today, as we've said in our last visit, and I continue to say this, India today presents a compelling business case and compelling business opportunity. And the world cannot ignore such a wonderful opportunity at this point in time. So intent is basically to obviously talk about India. But at the same time, when these organizations are looking at India, we want them to choose Telangana because, like I said, we are not burdened by legacy. We have made some very interesting initiatives. We have taken some interesting initiatives, come out with good policies, and we're trying to effect a real change in India, which I think will only raise the bar for the rest of the states. So far it's been overwhelming, and it's been extremely encouraging. In fact, the last visit of ours, we had inked an MOU with Google to set up their largest campus outside of the United States in Hyderabad. And this visit as well, we have some big meetings lined up, and hopefully some of them will come to fruition.
Excellent. You already have Microsoft, as you mentioned. You mentioned Google and Amazon campuses in Hyderabad. Apple has recently begun operations as well. And what attracts these global corporations to Hyderabad, say over Bangalore or Gurgaon?
A couple of things here. In fact, out of the top 5 most valued technology companies today in the world, 4 of them have chosen Hyderabad in the last 23 months. For their largest operations outside of the United States, and that goes to speak volumes about the kind of inherent strengths and positioning that Hyderabad enjoys. If you look at Hyderabad as a business opportunity, I would say today the competition is not so much between Bangalore and Gurgaon. In fact, the competition, the toss-up is really between cities across the world. If you ask me, it's a toss-up between Manila, say Singapore, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Chennai, Bangalore. So therefore, let's not limit ourselves to the thought that states are competing with each other in India, because if somebody's looking at manufacturing, say electronics, they're weighing options between Kuala Lumpur and Hyderabad. They're weighing options between Chennai and Shanghai. So in a world which is flat, in a world where we have to compete with other countries and not other states, I think Hyderabad has a presence, a very unique opportunity, because it is obviously a part of India, which in itself is a great business case. So therefore, if you want to do business in India, it makes sense that you actually set shop there. And once you decide to set shop in India, I think Hyderabad presents a compelling opportunity. In terms of infrastructure, we have the best in the country. In terms of human resources, we have, again, the best in the country, and the ability also to attract the best from across the country and also from abroad. Hyderabad is the confluence point of North and South India. So therefore, it's a melting pot of cultures, and it's a place where nobody feels like an alien or a foreigner. So therefore, it has the ability to adopt different cultures. And on top of all this, a talented human resources, proactive policies. I mean, in terms of infrastructure, power, water supply, land, we have everything, and above all, a fantastic industrial and IC policy, which really make a compelling business opportunity, because Hyderabad today in India, if you look at it, offers the best value for money.
And what is the vision of global players such as Apple here in Hyderabad? And the Technology Hub concept to start startups has come a long way from the image of Hyderabad being a back office haven to a research-driven city. How did you achieve that, and how do you think the colleges in Hyderabad have responded to support your vision? A
couple of things. In fact, we are very gung-ho about the whole startup culture and innovation culture, because I think that is the next wave of growth. And today, young Indians want wings to their aspirations, and that's exactly what we've provided by way of T-Hub. T-Hub today presents an opportunity for anyone to walk in with an idea and walk out with a product. And today, in this flat world where the next big breakthrough could come from anywhere in the world, I think Indian youngsters are wanting to do more and wanting to have an opportunity to do more, and that's exactly what we've done. And the colleges, in fact, I'll tell you, not just colleges, but high schools. In fact, an 11th grader wrote to me, emailed me directly, saying, I have an idea, and I want to come and pitch it to you. So obviously I was intrigued, and I invited the young boy. He came to my office in his school uniform, along with his friend, and both of them together, they were pitching me about building the next Facebook for India. So that's the kind of energy, that's the kind of enthusiasm today the Indian youngsters have. In fact, even the other day, I was here speaking at Minneapolis. Right after my speech, next morning, I received a long email from a 17-year-old Indian-American youngster, again saying the same thing, that he wants to change the world and build a product, next big Google or next big app that there is. So the enthusiasm is palpable, so it's only a matter of channelizing the energies and coming out with the right kind of products. Coming to Apple, coming to Google and others who've chosen Hyderabad, we're very thankful obviously for their patronage. But the intent of these companies is to actually come out with products, and which is extremely encouraging. They don't look at India as a back office anymore. They have recognized that Indians not only have problem-solving abilities, but also have the ability to come out with innovative products. So that goes to show you that there is enough intellectual property within India, which needs to be harnessed and which needs to basically come out with world-class products.
Addressing an impressive gathering at Santa Clara, California, the minister applauded TIE members for their continuous support to Telangana.
Good evening. Thank you so much for turning up in such large numbers. This is overwhelming, Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Ven, Ram, Raju Anna, and to all the TIE Charter members and to everybody that's present here. In fact, when India hadn't opened its gates, when India hadn't really chosen the path of welcoming foreign direct investment, liberalization, call it whatever, at that point in time to actually take a stand and say, creating wealth and getting it distributed and creating employment by way of it is a good thing, is actually a great call to make, and congratulate the entire TIE team actually for making it happen. So I think you deserve one good round of applause for the entire team.
Minister K.T. Rama Rao spoke about the initiatives undertaken by Telangana's Honorable Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao for the people of the state.
We need environment to be taken care of. We need good infrastructure. We need power. We need irrigation. We need water conservation. We need the basics to be addressed. That's something our Chief Minister is very, very cognizant of. In fact, he's one of those rare politicians, a rare breed man, who's done exceptionally well in terms of identifying the pulse of the people and going by that. And therefore, when it came to implementing policies or formulating policies, he went around. When it came to formulating the industrial policy of Telangana, he actually traveled to Singapore, which is supposed to have the best industrial policy in the world. We imbibed certain best practices, because wise people always learn from somebody else's experience. You don't want to commit the same mistake twice. So therefore, he's somebody who believes very strongly in understanding that we don't know everything. There are domain experts for everything. So pick their brains, get the knowledge, ensure that best practices are followed here as well. Telangana believes in one simple philosophy. We believe that people are temporary. We believe policies are permanent. We believe individuals are temporary, ephemeral. We can disappear anytime. But institutions are permanent. So therefore, we have embarked on a strong mission, a determined mission, to ensure that we build processes and policies and institutions and not focus on individuals. Now, the strategy we've chosen is threefold. What we've done essentially is we've basically broadly broken our thinking into three aspects. One, agriculture and allied sectors. Two, industry and infrastructure. Three, welfare. Because in a country like India, where there are a lot of poor people, where the poverty, below the poverty population outnumbers your other population above poverty line, it is imperative that a government should take care of the vulnerable section to begin with and then start planning around it.
The minister reiterates the government's commitment to their 2016 ICT policy by inviting the Silicon Valley fraternity to partner in scaling up of startups being incubated at T-Hub, also announcing that an outpost to the incubator would soon be launched in the valley.
In today's world, where I said the world is a flat world, the world we live in is a flat world, today's youngsters in India are not content in being known as the back office of the world. They want more. A dil mange more, you know. They want to do, they have global aspirations. They want to compete with the best in the world. They want to create world-class products which can also cater to America, which can cater to the best in the world as well. So therefore, we've decided to ride the next waves of growth. We want to be recognized as a state of Telangana. We want to be recognized as a leader in key emerging technologies, not only for information technology exports and IT-enabled services. We also want to make our presence felt in emerging technologies. We also want to ensure, while we tell the world that we are capable of solving your problems and analyzing your problems and doing good work, we also want to ensure that we leverage technology to improve the lives of our own citizens in India. We also want to empower citizens to make sure that they leverage this opportunity to connect, to get better services from the government and the private sector as well. And we also want to ensure that we become a global hub for tech entrepreneurship. And the last thing I want to mention, we are a pioneering state. Recently a survey was conducted as to who the most popular chief minister is after the recent 2014 elections. Very happy to share with you, our Honorable Chief Minister Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao, with 86% approval ratings, is the most admired and liked chief minister in the country. That is because of the kind of projects that we've taken. We have chosen to connect and give tapped water connection through Mission Bhagiratha to almost 10 million houses. We are the only state in the country which has mandated gender education to ensure women are respected, are definitely given the right kind of opportunities. These are all the awards we won. In the last couple of years alone, these are all the awards we won for the various activities that we have chosen to embark upon. And the impact, as you can already see, the biggest of the biggest names in the world, corporate world today, are looking at Telangana with an intent. Our goal is simple. When the world looks at India with an intent, we want them to consider Telangana as their first choice and most preferred choice. Hyderabad today definitely is looked at, as I mentioned, as one of the top-notch destinations for IT in India. But we want Hyderabad to scale up and become one of those destinations in the world as well. We present this opportunity from the most progressive, proactive state in India today for a partnership wherein you can invest with us and wherein you can partner with us also. We want our state to scale up in terms of promoting entrepreneurship, in terms of creating more employment, in terms of creating wealth, in terms of espousing all the causes that you reeled out when you said, this is what TIE had set out to do about 25 years ago. So the spirit of TIE and the spirit of the state of Telangana are pretty much in alignment. We look forward to a long and fruitful association. Thank you very much. Appreciate this opportunity.